Hi, my name is Chris Kwan, and I am a first year architecture student at Virginia Tech. Today, I would like to introduce Elbphilharmonie by Herzog and de Meuron, which is a large multifunctional center located in Hamburg, Germany. The building was originally designed by the Swiss architecture firm Herzog and de Meuron, who developed and promoted the project for 3.5 years until the city of Hamburg decided to develop a project by itself. The building is designed as a cultural and residential complex. The original 1966 brick facade of the Kaisfeischer A, formerly a warehouse, was retained at the base of the building. On top of this, a footprint matching superstructure rests on its own foundation, exhibiting a glassy exterior and a wavy roofline. The building provides two concert halls, a parking space, hotel, 45 residential flats, and a panoramic platform at 37-meter height. The architects decided to give a new life to the existing building instead of demolishing it, since the time the building occupied that space was long enough for the public to generate collective memories. It is the key project of the new Hafen City development and the tallest inhabited building in Hamburg, with a final height of 108 meters. The new building on top of the massive brick structure is covered with the high reflective earthed glass panels, which reflects the spectacular Hamburg harbor city skyline. Also, the form of the roof that resembles the sky helps to naturally blend into the city view, even though it is the tallest building in the city. The building consists of modernistic curvy and patterned glass panels on top with the historic brick masonry on the bottom floor, which kinda creates the distinct boundary between an old warehouse and a newly made building on top. Before I address my personal thought on the building, I set up my own criteria while critiquing the architecture that I chose. Its practicality, functionality, and the pure beauty of its architectural forms. The first impression and why I chose this building as one of the great buildings in the world is that it provides exceptional experience of architecture. The central plaza has a long escalator which brings people up to the large public area. The long and large escalator describes a slight curve so that it cannot be seen in full from one end to the other. People can also get to walk around the whole building on the balcony located in the central plaza, while also overlooking the cinematic view of the Hamburg harbor. The most important thing about the central plaza is that it works as a distinct boundary between a historic old warehouse and a new glass building. As a second thought, what I like to emphasize the most is its well-managed technique of material contrasting to architecture. Even though it is an adaptive reuse project, the resulting architecture is distinctly modern, but in a rewarding dialogue with the old existing building, which kinda shows that history and the future are bounded by timeless architecture. Final reason is that I was fascinated by its breathtaking and visually appealing form of architecture. Its unique and dynamic form of top glass building, like a glittering crown, gently sits on the traditional brick base. Even though the form of the concert hall is structurally challenging, the overall characteristic of the top glass building is groundbreaking and fascinating. Not only the form but also the pattern of the facade is unique too. The repeated patterns of the glazing follows from the traditional brick warehouse up to the rooftop of the new building, and this creates, regardless of the material contrasting, the ambiguous continuity of the new and old building. The critique that I will make here is its immense additional cost and its materiality. I do not think the whole facade of the new building is necessary to be all glazed curtain wall. which eventually makes the originally planned 77 million euros of construction fee to 325 million euros. I understand the glass itself is a beautiful material with the characteristic of highly reflective but also transparent quality. However, it could be done with other materials such as steel claddings or other easily manageable materials so that the building gets cheaper and prevents the delay of completion. Also, I came across many interviews talking about the poor acoustic qualities of the concert hall of the new building. They pointed out that the acoustics of the Elbphilharmonie was obviously good for large orchestras, but unfavorable for soloists singing and performing on this stage. I was thinking, since the concert hall is the main space and the purpose of using that whole building, the hall should use part of its substantial budget for the installation of acoustic canopy for higher quality of delivering the sounds to the audience. As a final thought, the Elbphilharmonie is a landmark visible from afar, lending an entirely new vertical accent to the horizontal layout that characterized the city of Hamburg. There is a greater sense of space here in this new urban location, generated by the expanse of the water and the industrial scale of the sea-going vessels. This space, rising vertically almost like a tent, offers room for 2,100 people to congregate for the enjoyment of making and listening to music. The towering space, the towering shape of the hall defines the static structure of the entire volume of the building and is correspondingly echoed in the silhouette of the building as a whole.